Welcome to TV20 Sports Classics. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. The City of Cleveland's government access station has been covering recreational sports events for over 20 years. There have been some amazing games and even a few surprises along the way. We here at TV20 would like to take a look back at some of these memorable events. So sit back and enjoy TV20 Classic Sports. We hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Luke Easter Park for Game 2, where it'll be the Kovacic Championship game. Again, these are midgets 8 through 12. They started back in early September for the right to get here at Luke Easter Park for their championship game. Hi, I'm Tim Wells, and of course, the right hand of it all, Adam Mendoza. Adam, it seems like excitement in Game 2 is just as high as it was in Game 1.
Absolutely. The Broncos and the Packers getting ready for this matchup in the Kovacic House League Championship. And the Broncos coming into this game with a 6-0 record. The Packers at 5-1. Both of these teams really like to rack up the points, but the Broncos, they average 26 points a game. Meanwhile, the Packers only averaging 12 points a game. But this Packer team, really, they have an offense that is being called the two-headed monster. Brian Blankenship and Derek McBride, both with 3 touchdowns and 4 extra points apiece. All right, let's take it over to Nate Humphreys, who has the player introductions for Game 2 here at Luke Easter Park.
Thank you, Adam. Welcome back to the second game of tonight's festivities. This midget game will be from the House League at E.J. Kovacic Recreation Center. These are midgets. We have the Denver Broncos versus the Green Bay Packers. And now for the introductions. For the Denver Broncos, we have a 12-year-old 6th grader from Martin Luther King, number 2, Erwin Waters. A 10-year-old 4th grader from homeschool, number 3, Calvin Hughlittle Jr. 9-year-old 4th grader from Case Elementary, number 4, James C. Lang. 10-year-old 5th grader from John D. Rockefeller, number 5, Deonta Patrick. 11-year-old 6th grader from Wilson, number 6, Steve Stewart. 11-year-old 6th grader from Wilson, number 7, Robert Fleming. A 12-year-old 6th grader from Martin Luther King, number 8, Johnny Robinson. 11-year-old 6th grader from Wilson, number 9, Aaron Shippey. 11-year-old 7th grader from Collinwood, number 11, Gerald Thomas. And a 12-year-old 7th grader from Wilson, number 12, Kamal Cannon. Denver Broncos are coached by Mr. Richard Conrad. And now introducing the Green Bay Packers. An 8-year-old 2nd grader from Kentucky School, number 1, Stephon Black. 12-year-old 7th grader from Mary B. Martin, number 2, Tyrone Thompson. An 8-year-old 3rd grader from Case Elementary, number 3, William Moore. 10-year-old 5th grader from John W. Rapier, number 4, Marcus Balfour. 11-year-old 6th grader from Wilbur Wright, number 5, Frederick Reynolds. 11-year-old 6th grader from Wilson, number 6, Derek McBride. 12-year-old 8th grader from Wilson, number 7, Michael Balfour. 12-year-old 7th grader from Wilson, number 8, Brian Blankenship. A 12-year-old 7th grader from Garrett Morgan, number 9, Chris Piadowski. 12-year-old 6th grader from Franklin Delano Roosevelt, number 10, Antonio Coates. A 12-year-old from Wilson, number 11, Vince Zachary. And a 12-year-old from Wilson, number 12, Kevin Tate. Green Bay Packers are coached by Mr. Joe Yee. Let's get it on.
As we're watching the players now cross over to shake hands, momentarily we will have the coin toss to determine who will be starting with the football today. And during the honorary coin toss is the Commissioner of Recreation, Michael Cox. And I wonder back in his day if what kind of football player he was.
This is the Commissioner of Recreation. He's going to toss the coin. Gold, you're going to make the call. Call it in the air loud enough so he hears what you call. Called heads, and it lands tail. Blue wins the toss. Have a choice.
So the Packers in gold will be kicking off, and the Broncos will be receiving to start off this football game, the Kovacic Championship game. And as we were talking about, the Broncos at 6-0 with the #1 offense in the House League, averaging 26 points a game on defense. They're giving up 13 points a game on the other side of the ledger. The Packers, 12 points on offense, 12 points on defense.
You know, when you talk about containing the quarterback, Brian Blankenship is some guy that they're going to really have to deal with today. When we talked to Rich Conrad, he said, look, we have to contain their quarterback. We need to also make sure the wide receivers get open and have a good passing game. If we can do that, we have a good chance to win. On the other hand, Joe, you with the Packers said, if we play great defense and keep the game close, we can definitely score with the pass. It's the running game that was his concern. So we'll be able to see right here today how the Packers and the Broncos match up.
And the coach of the Packers, he wants his kids not to fall behind early. That's his big key concern, because the Broncos have really been putting up a lot of points. Johnny Robinson and Deonta Patrick, some big offensive players to watch for the Broncos as the opening kickoff is underway, and the Packers have the football. And Steve Stewart picks up the football for the Packers as they will have it on a first down. Ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. As we take a look at the Packers starting offense, Kevin Tate, the receiver, William Moore, Pierdowski, the center, Michael Balfour, the right guard, Derek McBride is the receiver. In the backfield, Black and Blankenship, as they are up to the line of scrimmage on this first down, and got about 15 yards to go for the first down. Blankenship, the quarterback. Long call. Now the ball is snapped off to the side. As we take a look at the starting defense for the Broncos, Steve Stewart and Deonta Patrick are the cornerbacks. Up front on the line, Camille Cannon, Thomas and Montgomery, Lang and Robinson.
What they've done, Adam, is they've crossed us up. The Broncos are in blue, so they're actually on offense. The next play will show you the Broncos starting offense, and the Packers are in the gold.
So here comes the first pass play from scrimmage. Long pass play is caught by Tyrone Thompson.
From Johnny Robinson.
Tyrone Thompson picking up the ball.
Erwin Waters.
Okay, as soon as we can, we'll bring you the Broncos offense and how they actually lined up. Again, you saw, Adam, the big play here, and you take a look at the Broncos offense. It's Johnny Robinson at quarterback, Deonta Patrick, wide receiver with Steve Stewart, the center Cannon, the guards are Waters and Fleming and Shippey in the backfield.
So Robinson bringing his team down the field, runs it to the right side, gets by one, gets by two, brought down at about the 3-yard line, but there is a flag thrown from the back judge.
Johnny Robinson was a ball carrier.
And again, we're looking at a flag from the umpire. Reggie Umstead will get the call now.
Got a clipping, block in the back, number 6 of the offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
They come up with a big call on number 6 from the Broncos, Steve Stewart, calling for a clip. Actually, a block in the back.
So that'll move the ball back to about the 17-yard line and a first down. It's first and goal to go for the Broncos. Robinson, the quarterback, looks, fires. The pass is caught by number 6, Steve Stewart, the wide receiver, picks up a few yards.
Johnny Robinson to Steve Stewart.
On the tackle is number 8 for the Packers, and that is Brian Blankenship.
Tackle by Brian Blankenship.
Little swing pass to the near side of the field. Blankenship had one attempt at it, but was able to get it the second time around. So it's a 2nd down and goal to go for the Broncos. Robinson rolling out to his left, down the sideline, tiptoes in, and he gets the touchdown.
For the Broncos.
So Johnny Robinson picking up an 18-yard touchdown run.
And that looked really easy. There was no containment by the Packers defensive end. Again, it should have been William Moore, but you see he gets to the outside, and there was no containment. So I don't know if he went inside and gave up the containment, but it cost him a touchdown. And right there, Johnny Robinson, the 8th grader from Martin Luther King, picks up the first score here in the Kovacic championship game.
So now they come out for the extra point. Robinson gets the snap, hands it off over to Lang, and he gets tackled by Blankenship, and the extra point is no good. So the Broncos lead at 6-0 in the first quarter of play. So just like that, the Broncos move down the field with very little trouble and get on the board and lead at 6-0.
For those that have just joined or turned on your TV, you are watching CLV TV35, the Division of Recreation Flag Football Championship night. Right now we're in Game 2 where E.J. Kovacic, which started their league way back in early September over at Gradina Park, started their program with 6 teams. These 2 teams finished up here tonight for the championship.
Getting ready for the kickoff for the Broncos is Gerald Thomas. He approaches. This one he sends deep. It's bounced, and it is picked up by Reynolds. Breaks a couple of tackles and brings the ball out to the 30-yard line.
Ball carrier was Frederick Reynolds.
So now the Packers on offense for the first time in this ball game.
Tackled by Deontay Patrick.
And when we get a chance, though, now we can talk about the Packers offense.
There you see the offensive lineup. Blankenship, the quarterback. Stephon Black is the blocking back. Tate and McBride, the receivers. Moore, Piadowski, and Balfour are the offensive line for the Packers.
Flag down.
And the flag is thrown on the first play for the Packers on offense.
Encroachment on the defense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Edwin Santiago giving us the encroachment call on the Broncos. So that'll move the ball up 5 yards. First down, and about 13 yards for a first down for the Packers. Blankenship, the quarterback. 4 touchdowns. Co-MVP of the league. Hands it off to Stephon Black. He weaves in and out of his way, and he is so short nobody can find him.
If you can find him, that was Stephon Black.
Stephon Black they've got him listed at 3'2".
We'll take a look at it on replay. A lot of big guys out there, but you can see he got a couple big blocks, and then he gets outside, but they actually catch him from behind.
And all Stephon Black is going to do is just hide behind Blankenship, and Blankenship at 5'3", and Stephon Black at 3'2", gets the handoff, but there's the heavy rush. Does he try to get out of it? And he is tackled in the backfield by Johnny Robinson. You remember Gerald the Ice Cube McNeil for the old Cleveland Browns? Well, Stephon Black just as short, but just as quick, and with a lot of heart and determination for this Bronco offense.
All right, let's take a look at the Bronco defense. It's been in there giving them a little pressure. You can see the cornerback, Stewart and Patrick. Patrick's very exciting and something to watch. Johnny Robinson, the free safety, Lang, a linebacker, and that tough defensive line of Cannon, Fleming, or Thomas, and Montgomery. They'll be pressuring all day. There's a lot of big guys in there that are going to put some pressure.
False start. Number 6 of the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat third down.
Derek McBride getting called with the false start for the Packers. So that moves the ball back 5 yards. They need to get to the 40-yard line. Ball is spotted just beyond the 30. Blankenship, the quarterback. Looks, heavy pressure, dumps it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Deonta Patrick, and he's going to go all the way for a Bronco touchdown.
Pass interception for a touchdown.
Deonta Patrick coming up with the pick, and he gets the touchdown.
Well, in one game alone this year, Deonta had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 2 sacks. And right here you can see it's a pass over the middle. He cuts right in front of the receiver, and he's off to the races. Nobody in sight as the Broncos go up big now. 2 touchdowns to zip.
12-0 on a 35-yard interception return by Deonta Patrick. And now the extra point for the Broncos as they now lead it 12-0. High snap. Robinson rolling to the near side at the 5, but is tackled and brought down by Chris Pierdowski.
Extra point, no good.
So the extra point is no good, and the Broncos now lead it in the first quarter 12-0 on a big play on defense by Deonta Patrick on a 35-yard interception return.
And again, you see Deonta Patrick, you look, favorite team, Cowboys. Favorite player, Deontay Sanders. I'll tell you, when they pick these guys, I think they kind of fit their mold, you know?
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to talk to Stefan and find out if he has Gerald McNeil as his favorite player.
Or Brian Brennan.
There's another one. No matter what size you are, flag football's for everyone, and everybody can go out and have a great time playing it.
Here comes the kick from Gerald Thomas. This one's going to bounce, and it is picked up by Vince Zachary. Or make that Kevin Tate. He's rolling on the near side, cuts upfield, and brought down over the 40-yard line. Mark it at the 38-yard line. So now the Packers, after giving up the touchdown on the interception, there you see the quick roller.
Well, we're looking at it right here. See how he's bobbling the ball. Now watch the speed here. See how he follows the runner, and you're going to see he gets to the outside, Adam. Now look, there's Blankenship. Man, I'll tell you what, I want to foul that guy. Now this time he lets the guy get by him, and it actually cost him. But you see right here, the tackle looks like it's going to be made by the biggest guy out there, number 11. He contains him, brings him to the inside, and he misses the tackle. But it's actually number 2 from the Broncos, Antoine Campbell with the tackle.
Here comes Black on the handoff, and he's brought down on the tackle by Gerald Thomas, who at 5'5", 200 pounds, makes the tackle on Stephon Black at 3'2", 60 pounds.
James, you go to linebacker. You go to linebacker.
And all
Calvin.
Stephon Black is doing is just waiting behind Blankenship and just getting the football and really squirting and darting his way through that defense. Second down for the Packers. Blankenship, the quarterback, co-MVP of the league, gets a high snap, looks, fires the pass, almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of Johnny Robinson. So Blankenship really
pass incomplete,
getting a good pass off, but double team coverage there by the Bronco defense. And Robinson had it in his hands. Now it is a
pass interference on the defense. It's automatic first down.
Big break for the Packers. Pass interference called against the Broncos. So it is a first down.
Well, we'll take a look at it here. You at home make the call. They're going to call interference. And actually, I didn't see it.
It looked like before the pass got to the receiver or the intended receiver. So now
we'll give him benefit of the doubt.
Blankenship has blockers. Packers sweep right side, but he is tackled by number 6. That is Steve Stewart again.
All right, let's take a look at that pass interference. You're at home, you make the call. Now you see the ball, it's above him. You see the gold man out in front of him. I'll tell you, I can't see the guy on the ground.
Maybe a grab of the jersey before the ball went up in the air.
Well, let's call holding then. All right.
Pass interference, holding down the field.
Well, folks, while we've got a break here at the first quarter, we'd like to, you're probably saying, oh, well, what's going on next? Football's over. Well, the youngsters have the opportunity right now in all recreation centers to get involved in indoor soccer. We know it as the game in our city that the Cleveland Crunch play, but it's also played in our recreation centers, in the gyms. They play off the walls. It's kids 12 and under. Again, it's girls and boys. And you can see right here that everybody gets an opportunity to play. It's a matter of playing the same game that we're playing now, but the thing is, instead of using your hands, you use your feet. And almost a goal. But it's indoor soccer, and you can contact your recreation center today because the kids are now playing it in all the recreation centers ages 12 and under in the Cleveland Division of Recreation. If you got any questions, call 664-2325.
Well, as we get set for this second quarter of play, the Broncos with a 12-0 lead here at Luke Easter Park. So the Packers with the football. Blankenship, the quarterback, hands it off to Stephon Black. Cuts upfield, hangs onto the football, and he is brought down at about the 10-yard line. In on the tackle is Antoine Campbell.
Now, you talk about fundamentals, Adam. I don't know if we had that on replay. But when that kid took the ball and went through the hole, you saw how he protected the football. He carried it properly. And when you see a kid this young carrying the ball like that, that tells you something. Smart kid.
There he has it on the outside, and then as he goes in, he tucks it both in, puts the head down, and just watch out. Here I come.
We're going to remember that kid's name for a long time.
Blankenship fakes, and he gets down to about the 5-yard line. And, on that play, Stephon Black was ready to make a block on Gerald Thomas, who is at 5'5", 200 pounds.
I wonder if Stephon's a kicker, Kickers know how to block and get away with it. But there he is, Brian Blankenship. He's been one of the big scorers over at Gradina Park this fall, where he's not only the co-MVP of the league, 3 touchdowns, he threw 4, he had 5 interceptions. So he can do it on both sides of the football.
Hand off to Black. Cuts into the near side and finally tackled on the play by Antoine Campbell.
Erwin Waters.
Looks like he's holding up okay. He went down that time. Oh, no, he ain't coming out.
He's a tough nut to crack.
He's saying, hey, keep me in here. Give me that belt. Don't take me out. Stephon Black, number 1, second grader over at Kentucky School. Perfect attendance. Played a little bit of rookie league baseball over there this summer. I see one flaw over here. We got to talk to him. He loves those Steelers. We're going to straighten that out before we're done today.
4th down for the Packers.
We'll let him go this year. We didn't have the Browns, but next year we got to have Browns.
Handoff, Black going to the near side, looking for a block. Has one, cuts upfield at the 3, goes in, and will he roll into the end zone for the touchdown? Let's see what the call is. Touchdown Packers as he gets in on the running play on the near side. Stephon Black with the touchdown run.
Well, you take a look at it here, Adam. You can see now there's one block. Good job there. And look what really, you see how he follows his blockers? He sees the hole. Now right here he actually gets knocked into the end zone, but the ball does cross the goal line, and it was a good call by the officials.
So the Packers get on the board, and it is now 12-6. Broncos with the lead. And Stephon Black really making a name for himself in this ball game with the 10-yard running play for the touchdown. Blankenship will have 2 receivers to the left. He looks, he fires into the corner and throws way out of bounds. And the extra point is no good as the Broncos lead it now 12-6 here in the first half of action at Luke Easter Park in this Kovacic Midget League Championship game.
Again, we'd like to remind you we don't use the clock in flag football. It's number of plays. We're right now in the second quarter, play number 6. There are 12 plays per quarter, so there'll be actually 48 plays in the midget division. And again, Adam, we saw that the Packers like to run the football, kind of familiar to the guys up north.
Well, the Packers of old love to run the football. They'll go student body right, student body left, and really that body is covering up Stephon Black, who is just really motoring his way up and down the field for this Packer ball club. So with the Broncos with a 1-touchdown lead, they will have the football. This one will be a tight ball game. Here's the kick, end over end kick. It's picked up by Robinson at the 20, 25, looking at the 30 near side, 35, 40, midfield, and finally brought down in on the tackle. Derek McBride of the Packers. Pickup of 22, maybe 23 yards on the kickoff return. And the Broncos back on offense.
Well, you'll see here again, you always tell them, run where the blockers are. Now this time he cuts back and gets to the outside, and it's one missed tackle, but he actually just gets over the line where it'll be first down, play number 8. And again, Derek McBride with the big run.
Johnny Robinson and Brian Blankenship, both co-MVPs of the league. Robinson with 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Threw for 6 touchdowns in the game, in the season. Bad snap, but it's picked up by Shippey, who quickly barrels through for 6 yards on the play. Second down.
Second down, play number 9.
Tackle back, Kevin Tate.
Kevin Tate in on the tackle.
And again, you saw he used 2 hands. Good job. You always talk about football block and tackle. If you have great blockers and you have tackle, I guess you got to have guys like Kevin Tate out there to run the football. If I was him, I'd run behind those guys like Blankenship.
Lang in the backfield along with Robinson. Deontay Patrick to the near side. Handoff over to Lang. He fumbles, but he's brought down for a big loss by Vince Zachary. A loss of 6 yards on the play. Third down and long for the Broncos. And timeout is called by the Broncos as Rich Conrad wants to have a little powwow with his players, as the Broncos with only a 12-6 lead over the Packers in this Kavasik Midget League Championship ball game.
Well, you're looking at a huge crowd at Luke Easter Park where they're enjoying flag football in the Division of Recreation, where we got the nasty Broncos. I'll tell you what, I am so elated. No, and John Elway said this is going to be it. And we're coming back in. That we can really take, we owe them. We owe them big, Adam.
That'll be very interesting to see what happens next year when pro football makes its return to Cleveland. The stadium going up down on the lakefront, and really this town is ready for the return of NFL football. Robinson gets the snap, looks, heavy rush, fires the pass, was looking for Gerald Thomas, but he threw behind him for the incompleted pass, and it will be a 4th down situation for the Broncos.
Folks, at halftime, Tim Isaac's going to have a very special guest that's going to give you some great news in the Division of Recreation and some great things that are going to be coming up. And he's going to find out what kind of football talent he had when he was playing. It'll be the Commissioner of Recreation, Michael Cox.
So 4th down. The Broncos need to get to the 20-yard line for the first down. So the Packers are playing some deep defense as Robinson gets by, breaks 1 tackle, down to the 25-yard line.
Robinson, the ball carrier.
You got to come out and block.
So it will be a first down as they hold on downs.
Well, you take a look at it here, and you heard Rich Conrad say you got to come out and block. Now this time he didn't follow the blockers, he broke away from them, and again he steps out of bounds. But, you know, when you got those two big guys out there in front of you, you know, you got to move when they move.
That's right.
You leave them, you're on your own.
When they rumble, you follow. When they tumble, you follow. Just follow the guys in front of you. When you see something, that means they're not there. Just follow the big wall. So the Packers have the football, first down, ball spotted at about the 28-yard line. Blankenship is flushed out of the pocket as he rolls to his left side, has a block, cuts upfield on the sideline at the 40-yard line, and he is tackled by number 2. That one is Antoine Campbell in on the stop. And that will be the half here at Luke Easter Park as the Broncos lead it over the Packers 12-6.
You want justice? I'll give you justice. Cleveland Justice. Watch Cleveland Justice every day at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. only on TV20.
And welcome back as we are just about set for the second half of action as the Broncos and the Packers getting ready for the second half. Broncos leading at 12-6 as the kickoff to the Packers on the near side and out of bounds. So the Packers down by 6 will have the football to start off the third quarter of play, and with the ball going out of bounds, Tim, they will take the ball at midfield.
And the one thing is that play will not count because the kids must handle the ball for it to be a play. And Adam, when you look at the offense and defensive plays, comes out pretty even as far as offense and defense and first downs. But the running of the Packers, Stephon Black's been a big key. He's picked up a lot of yardage, and the Broncos are leading the game 12-6. So the stats kind of reflect what we have going here in the first half.
Blankenship hands it off over to Derek McBride, and he picks up a few yards on the running play. And really, in previous flag football championship games, Tim, we've seen the pass be the main weapon of teams, but really for this Packer team, it's been on the ground and on the run.
And again, in this age group, the technique of learning to run the football and blocking and following your blocks is probably where you start with the elementary level. They've definitely got the kids to throw the football, but you can see that Joe Yee and Rich Conrad have stressed to them, hey, look, we need to run the football to be effective.
Hand off to McBride once again on the near side, but he is tackled by Deontay Patrick. So in the first game, we had more of an air show. This one, it is smash mouth football from the Green Bay Packers. And it is a third down and about 13 yards to go for a first down for the Packers, down 12-6. Coming out of the huddle, Vince Zachary split wide to the right. They'll have 3 receivers to that right side. McBride, Zachary, as Blankenship is the lone man in the backfield. Pass is caught by McBride, but a good open field tackle made by Deontay Patrick once again.
Pass complete to Derek McBride, tackled by Deontay.
Fourth down now, and about 11 yards to go for the first down. There you see the swing pass. Good open field tackle there by Patrick. So now the Packers will have to decide, will they go for it or will they punt it away? And here comes Stephon Black back out onto the field. If I'm a betting man and I'm going to quarterback from my chair, which I am, You could, you say, you hear it, watch Stefan, he could get the ball.
Watch Stefan! No! Watch Stefan!
And the flag is down, and let's see what the call will be.
It's amazing you hear.
False start, number 10 of the offense.
Oh, that'll hurt. That'll hurt the Packers as they move it back 5 yards.
Now, with the wind, actually, I think the wind's to their back. You got to think they would like to punt here and put the Broncos in the hole, but it looks like they're going to still go for it. It's amazing, Adam. You hear the kids on the sideline. Watch Stefan Black. All 3'2", 60 pounds. He's giving some excitement here in the Kovacic Midget Championship game.
Blankenship waiting, low snap, handoff to Stefan Black. Has some blocks on the near side, and a good open field tackle once again by Deontay Patrick. He is all over the place, roaming that defensive side.
And from the snap of the ball, everybody moved when he moved. And we probably saw Deontay moving in the backfield, but folks at home, remember, illegal motion is moving forward to the center, forward toward the ball. If he's moving laterally, he's perfectly fine as long as he's the only player in motion. So the officials were correct in not ruling movement because he was moving laterally and he's perfectly legal.
So now the Broncos with a football, they have the lead of 12-6. Robinson, the quarterback, low snap, runs up, has some open room at the 40 to the 35, cuts to the outside, at the 30, still on his feet, cuts to the inside. He's over at the 20, bounces off his own player, and finally brought down by Derek McBride as Johnny Robinson makes a nice long run of 25 yards on the play. So Robinson comes up with the big run as he went to the left, then cut to the right, bounced off his own player. That is what gave the opportunity for Derek McBride to make the tackle, and it is a first down for the Broncos at the 20-yard line. Robinson and Shippey are in the backfield. Patrick is the receiver to the near side. Play action fake. He looks, he fires, he's going into the corner. Touchdown! Deontay Patrick as the Broncos come up with a touchdown pass. 20 yards from Robinson to Patrick.
Deontay Patrick.
And you know they had it covered here. Now look, he's got plenty of time and he's got good blocking coverage by Shippey, which gives him plenty of time to get it up in the air, and all it is a jump ball. This time it goes to Deontay Patrick, and you can see why this gentleman has had some touchdowns over at Gradina Park this fall.
A 20-yard touchdown pass, and that was about as tight of a spiral as you can get. Now the Broncos going for the extra point. In the backfield is Lang. Here comes Robinson running to the near side, looking for the corner, runs it in, and no, he is brought down by Derek McBride. So the extra point is no good, but the Broncos extend the lead to 18-6.
And again, you talk about, defense and making tackles. What really set it up was the play before that, Adam, where Robinson actually runs the ball, and we have 4 or 5 missed tackles. We picks up 20 yards, puts them in position to be able to make that strike, and it paid off for him. The big pass play was the concern of Joe Yee. He said, we cannot give them that big play because they have the ability to score big, and that's, you see exactly what he was talking about. Johnny Robinson has an excellent arm, and a lot of these kids I'm sure we're going to be seeing playing high school football eventually down the road.
Well, Robinson with 2 touchdowns. One he passed for, the other he ran for. Patrick with 2 touchdowns in the game. One on the defensive interception return. The other was the 20-yard pass reception. Here comes the kick. It is picked up and fumbled. Now the Packers pick it up, and it is Kevin Tate with the football. Brings it up, cuts over to the near side. Flag is down at the 20-yard line as we wait for the call.
Flag on the play.
So Robinson with a touchdown run and a touchdown pass, and Deontay Patrick with 2 touchdowns himself, one on the offensive side, the other on the defensive side.
Deflagging number 6 of the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, what deflagging means is that when the runner was running with the ball, he actually knocked the arm away from a tackler. So you can't stiff arm or deflag, and if we get the replay on this, we'll show you exactly what we're talking about. But again, in flag football, because they have to grab the belt, if I was going to go to grab the belt to make the tackle and somebody knocked my arm off, that would be called deflagging. And it was a good call by the official.
So it is a first down and long situation for the Packers. High snap, Blankenship looking to throw. Fires the ball. Pass is caught at the 20-yard line by Kevin Tate on a pickup of 15 yards on the play. Good composure there by Blankenship. He sat in the pocket, looked, fired, found his receiver. And it's a first down.
Well, you'll see it here again. He has nice protection, and you can see that good. It was a nice tight spiral in one respect, and also caught the ball first and then ran with it. How many times we see a guy run before he gets there? Nice job on both ends of the ball.
So it is a first down situation for the Packers. Ball spotted at the 24. On their own 24-yard line. Anthony Carter now tight end on the line for Antonio Coates. Ball snapped, fumbled, picked up by Blankenship, breaks a couple of tackles and gets out over the 30-yard line. Second down now for the Packers. Laying in on the tackle. Got a couple of good blocks, but Lang was able to make the stop. Second down, and timeout is called by Coach Joe Yee of the Kovacic Packers, as the Broncos leading it in this third quarter, 18-6.
We'll see if they got a shot here. You see Joe Yee in the huddle. And again, Joe Yee has been a veteran recreation instructor over at Kovacic for some 20-plus years. He's also a certified basketball official. He teaches chess, as well as he's involved with the indoor soccer program, just like all the other rec instructors, as well as Rich Conrad. We're looking at the volunteer that's involved with the Broncos. And Adam, we'd be very remiss if we didn't take time out to really not only thank Rich Conrad, but the many volunteers that are involved in the flag football program throughout the city of Cleveland. Those coaches that came out and gave to the kids, we'd like to take this time to say thank you for a job well done.
And a very well job well done, as the pass trying to get it over to
Blankenship's pass.
Derek McBride goes incomplete. So it will be now a third down situation for the Packers. And it's amazing, Tim, all the people behind the scenes in the City of Cleveland Recreation Department, they give their time for these kids to help them out.
Yeah, the league directors like Derek Polk, that was the league director here of this league, as well as Jamal Rohn that handled the Woodland League, and the Zelma George, Eddie Hicks. I mean, throughout all the recreation centers, the recreation staff, it's their work and effort that really gives these kids the opportunity, which they justly deserve. We're in the business of providing quality recreation services for the citizens of Cleveland, and we try to give them the best we can every day we come out here.
Well, the pass by Tate intercepted by the Broncos. Johnny Robinson.
Tate's pass intercepted by Steve Stewart.
So the interception.
Tackled by Stephon Black.
There's Tate looking to throw the ball. And actually it is Stewart that comes up with the interception. On the tackle was Stephon Black.
And right now you can see that the Packers are kind of like, we've got to get a big play. And the Broncos know it, so they're back there looking for the pass. It makes it real tough on them. And now you know what Joe meant when he said, I've got to keep the game close. If we keep the game close, we've got a good chance to win. But falling behind here, they don't have the firepower to come back and score with big, long passes.
Robinson hands the ball off. Shippey breaks through up the middle, picks up about 3 yards. When you look at the front line
Tackle was by
for the Broncos.
Tyrone Thompson.
Gerald Thomas and Kamal Cannon. There is some
The end of the
beef
third
out
quarter.
there. Those two kids are huge on the front line. And I believe they also have another youngster out there, number 4, James Lang, and he's all but 60 pounds.
Absolutely.
Talk about an unbalanced line.
You know, those two, they got the two guys in the right place, out in front. You just follow me, and I'll get you to the promised land, they say.
First down for the Broncos. Now let's take a look at this offensive formation for the Broncos. At center is Cannon, or Cannon's on the left, Thomas is on the right, and they'll have Antoine Campbell as the other lineman. The handoff. Fleming picks up about a yard as the Broncos just really using up all of the plays in this quarter.
And you can see that it was a tackle by number 6, Derek McBride from the Packers. He doesn't make that tackle, they pick up big yardage. It's really important that those defensive ends contain and keep them to the inside. If you can stop the running on the outside, it's pretty easy because you got help inside. The linebackers are there for you. Again, Adam, you talk about thanking people.
Number 6 in the offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So a clipping call against the Broncos. They'll push it back to their 33-yard line. First down for the Broncos. Robinson looking, fires the pass, caught by Thomas. He rumbles, tumbles down the sideline, and finally brought down by Frederick Reynolds.
Robinson's pass complete.
Boy, getting in his way as he is huffing and puffing down that sideline.
See Ed, now take a look at it, and you can see Ed giving him a lot of support. Now, you see one missed tackle, and again, he's like, I thought I had that flag. Now he gets to the outside, steps out of bounds, and kaboom. And boy, I'll tell you what, I feel it up here. Get up.
That was a nice catch and run. Very nice catch and run by Thomas.
Yes, it was.
Second down.
7th grader out of Collinwood. Big guy. He'll be sure they'll see this and they'll hook him into their football program.
Robinson looking to pass. Throws up the middle, throwing long, has a man. Intercepted! What a great interception by Derek McBride of the Packers. First down, Packers on the INT.
Derek McBride.
There you see Robinson tossing it up in the air in the middle of the field, and then here comes McBride diving for the football to come up with the interception as Derek McBride gives the football back to the Packers on the interception, but the Packers will have their backs to the goal line. Ball spotted at about the 4-yard line. They have a long way to go. They're down 18-6 here in this third quarter of play. Fourth quarter of play, excuse me. Here comes McBride on the run to the outside and picks up about 2 yards.
Second down, play number 4.
Deontay Patrick on the tackle. Second down, about 15 yards to go for the first down as you see some of the folks here. Some on and off showers here at Luke Easter Park. But other than that, it's been a great night for football here in the city of Cleveland. Packers coming back to the line of scrimmage.
Back up 11 blue.
Blankenship hands it off over to McBride on the sidelines, cuts inside, breaks the tackle. He's going. He's got some room, but he's going to be chased down by Robert Fleming, who came out of nowhere to make the tackle on the big run near the 31-yard line. Fleming just put on the afterburners and made the touchdown-saving tackle. There you see the run. He started going, but then out of the corner of your TV, here came Robert Fleming to make the tackle. That one is a touchdown-saving tackle.
Now, that's one thing you can't teach. Speed.
Nope.
If you got it, you got it. If you ain't got it, just forget about it.
You either have it like me or you don't like Tim.
There was a shot.
Blankenship looking to throw. Looks, rolls out of the pockets, and he lost his flag, so that means he is down.
Flag down.
And Blankenship, his flag was down over on the sidelines. As the rain starts to cascade down here at Luke Easter Park. Blankenship with no flag, and really Edwin Santiago, the referee, finally takes notice and blows the whistle down.
Now, you know, Adam, I want you to know, every year the staff plays the management team, and every year they try to get me to play.
Well,
now, I know it isn't for speed. I can accept that.
We talk about the big men blocking. I think you're used up on the front line.
Yeah, that's where they use me.
Here comes Stefan Black weaving in and out of his way. He saw Kamel Cannon, and he's like, uh-oh, I better move.
Yeah.
He is just a joy to watch.
Here is Stefan Black.
Oh, man. I hope
Robinson.
we could get the replay on that one, because he came up to Cannon, and he's like, uh-oh, got to get out of the way. He is just a joy to watch in this championship game.
You cover the wide receiver, you're a cornerback.
Here we go. Here's the run. He's like, oh, my. I just got to get out of the way.
Defense, back up.
His eyes just grew when he saw Cannon there. Third down for the Packers. They're down 18-6. Here comes the reverse. Reverse is looking. He's got it open on the inside. McBride has a blocker, and he gets in. Touchdown, Packers. As McBride runs it for 28 yards on the end-around run.
Well, there's one time that young Stefan Black really made a big play without the football. Everybody is shifting, knowing he's getting the football. They're all chasing, and all of a sudden, oh my Lord, it's a reverse. And it was wide open. He beats one guy to the outside, and you'll see here there's going to be a missed tackle. Again, there's a guy trying to give him a block. One missed tackle there, and this time he's in the end zone for a touchdown for the Packers.
So the Packers now cut the lead to 18-12 on the touchdown run by McBride. Now, the extra point. Blankenship has Stefan Black in the backfield. He looks, he throws, and the extra point is good as the pass is caught by Kevin Tate, and that is a 1 point extra point. So now the lead is 18-13. Broncos still with the lead.
Well, now there is 7 plays. It's actually play number 8. So we've got 5 plays left. So if they can play defense and hold them, they should be able to get the ball back.
Isn't that a good play?
Yeah.
The boy picked up a play. It was down back there. What's up?
Now they're trying to get the number of plays correct.
He picked it up.
But he ain't had the ball.
No, it don't matter. But he don't have the ball.
If he don't have the ball, if he don't have the ball,
If he don't got a flag out, he gets a pass, incomplete pass, right? That's right.
Now they're trying to get the Broncos, really, they just want to get as much plays run off because the Packers are just within striking distance.
You don't think Rich Conrad's getting nervous here?
This Packer team, you may never know.
It would really hurt me to know that the Broncos would lose a close game at the end. It really would. I mean, as much as I love those Broncos.
Remember, this isn't John Elway's.
I know.
But you know what? This has been a very entertaining game, and we've seen some great athletic ability out there by all these youngsters, and each in their own right doing a lot in this ball game as the Packers getting ready for the kickoff. Kevin Tate getting ready to boot this one off into the nighttime air of Cleveland. Here comes Tate. He comes in, approaches, end over end kick. It is picked up by Robinson. He breaks a tackle and brought down at the 35-yard line by Blankenship.
Talk about Brian Blankenship.
So now the Broncos with the football, and they're holding on to a 5-point lead. Play number 9 of the quarter. This would be a time for the Packer defense to come up with either a big sack or a big turnover. Broncos break the huddle. Robinson is split to the near side. The Broncos will have Campbell and Shippey in the backfield. It's a running play near side. And the tackle is made by Kevin Tate, and that is a first down for the Broncos. A big first down for the Broncos.
Every time they cross that line, it's first down and another play. We got 10, 11, and 12. They need to create a turnover. Now, you know, Adam, if you're the Broncos coach, you're not going to throw the football.
Oh, absolutely not. You're going to run the football. Run, 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 run. Nothing else. Unless you're the Giants of the early 80s and they hand off the football with the lead and they fumble it.
Hurry up!
They got to get this play off.
Come on, hurry up.
Don't want to get the flag thrown. Looks, now he runs right up the middle, has some big open room, breaks one tackle, but Blankenship makes the big touchdown saving tackle.
Waters on the carry.
As Waters on the carry. Erwin Waters making the big run, but he's brought down at about the 17-yard line.
Come up and block.
So the Broncos, Tim, it looks like the Broncos will hold on to win this one. 18-13, barring a miracle. Waters hands off the ball on the right side. On the run and out of bounds is Steve Stewart.
And again, folks at home, we're going to be selecting the outstanding offensive and defensive player. You've been sitting there watching. Who would you have picked?
Last play of the ball game. Is there a miracle left in the bag of tricks for this Green Bay Packer team? Or will the Broncos go the easy route and put a knee to the turf and come away with a championship? All the Broncos need to do really is get the ball and drop a knee, and they will win the championship. Handoff to the right side, out of bounds, and James Lang gets the football, and that should be it as the last play of the ball game. And the Broncos come up with the win, 18-13. They hang on to beat the Packers in this championship game for the Kovacic Midget League Championship.
18.
Well, stay with us, folks, because when we come back, we'll have the outstanding players of today's championship game.
You are watching TV20.
Serving the community since 1989.
Hi, I'm with the winning coach and the offensive MVP and the defensive MVP, Derek McBride. Derek had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Derek, you have anything to say today, buddy?
It was a good game. I played all right. It was all right.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek.
Derek, we want to present this trophy as Defensive Player of the Game. Thank you. Had a good game.
Now, on the defensive end, we have Mr. McBride, and he had offense, Deontay Patrick. He had a wonderful game. You have anything to say today?
Yes. We played a good game. We did what we got to do. We're out on the field. Game's over.
Great game.
This is for you, outstanding offensive player. Congratulations.
And we have the winning coach. Coach, you have anything to say?
Yeah, I think my team played very well today. It was a good game all the way around, and I'm glad that everybody had fun. You know, it was really nice.
Thank you, Coach. Back to Tim and Adam.
That'll wrap things up from this second championship game as the Broncos defeat the Packers in this Kovacic Midget Championship game. And coming up next, the Luke Easter Jr. Championship game coming up after this timeout here on CLV TV 35.